So this video is part 2 of Milestone 4. We're looking at question 10, explaining what the p-value is. So I've chosen my p-value in question 9, and now I'm explaining it. I already have my one sentence where if the population mean weight of red M&Ms and green M&Ms is equal, I'm going to put mean weights, then the chance of getting a test statistic this extreme or more extreme is 0.4983 or 49.83%. Now I'm going to say something about the significance level. If we choose a significance level of 0.05, this p-value is greater than 0.05, so we would fail to reject the null hypothesis. So this should cover me for question 10. Now your practical conclusion with reasoning. If you chose the p-value for number 10, a little bit of this 11 is going to be overlap because this is statistical inferences. What is the practical conclusion of your test? If you didn't discuss the right calculation or a particular calculation in number 10, you're going to have to restate the p-value part. So basically, I'm going to say, since the p-value of 0.49, I'm going to 983 is greater than 0.05, our chosen significance level, we failed to reject the null hypothesis. In other words, the mean population weights of green and red M&Ms could be equal. Remember, we never prove that a null hypothesis is true. We either show that it's highly unlikely or it's in the realm of possibility, it's reasonable. So we could say something like the mean population weights of green and red M&Ms could be equal, or it's reasonable to say that they could be equal. Okay, something like that. Now, number 12 says, how did your technique test help you answer your question of interest? In other words, why did you choose the test? This should include the basic purpose of the chosen test or technique and should be specific to the test you chose. For example, if I chose a one-sample t-test, the purpose of a one-sample t-test is to compare a population mean to a value. And I actually answered a question like this on Milestone 3, and I got it correct. Number 6 on Milestone 3. So the independent samples t-test will allow me to compare the mean weights of the red and green population of M&Ms. Right? The purpose of an independent samples t-test is to compare the means of two groups. So make sure you include that if you're doing a two-sample independent t-test, that's what its purpose is to compare the population means of two groups. If you have any other screenshots that are relevant, I don't have anything else I need, and it's preferred that if you don't need anything else, don't put anything in question 13. This is just for the rare occasion that someone has something important to include. Okay. And that is the end of your template. Again, you don't have to use the template. You're welcome to use the module instructions or write more of an essay type paper. That would be fine. And also remember that we are going to be copying a lot of this for actually the final template after this. So you really want to make sure if you're given the opportunity to fix and for a regrade anything on here that wasn't quite right, do that so that you don't miss the same points again in week 9. Okay. So hopefully you've been stopping this video and working out your template, then coming back to it, working on yours, and so on. Okay, we'll see you next time.